Hey guys, Bubba here at the Bubba News. All in one word, all in one news. How are you guys doing tonight? This is kind of squirrely, and we're going to get over here first. I apologize first because I've been working on this Chromebook, trying to somehow the StreamYard has disconnected me from being able to stream to the YouTube platform. So, which really stinks because I wanted to show you guys a bunch of videos and stuff that I'm finding on the Twitters. I just want to see if we're rolling here, but we'll keep going. This is starting to get really crazy town because the attack has happened. The attack is ongoing. And here we are. So we are live now. Okay, so we can do this. Hey. How are you guys doing? This is getting crazy. This is absolutely getting nuts. And again, my apologies for those of you just joining in. I couldn't get the StreamYard working on the Chromebook to be able to show you the videos, but I had a bunch of you guys here and I just figured let's just go for it. So let's get you guys caught up. Yeah, the attack went down earlier tonight, a little bit ago. Defense Minister Israel Katz immediately declared a state of emergency in the home front throughout the entirety of the state of Israel. Following the state of Israel's preemptive strike on Iran, a missile and drone attack against the state of Israel and its civilian population is expected in the immediate future. And I just saw something, and we're going to get to it. But it looks like Iran has inbound missiles right now into Israel. Therefore, in accordance with this authority under the Civil Defense Law, Defense Minister Katz signed a special order, a special state of emergency. You must obey the instructions of the Home Front Command and the authorities. So let's get right over to the latest. This is absolutely nuts. How are you guys doing? Yeah, they thank you, B Dog. Yeah, attacking capital and two reactors. The Iranian regime wants to destroy Israel. Breaking missiles launched from Iran. This could really pick up steam quick. This is going to be nuts. This is going to take off Trump, number one, first and foremost. I don't know why they did it tonight because they didn't dissolve the Knesset last night with a vote. It didn't get passed. It got shot down 61 to 53. Flights are now diverting away from Tel Aviv, all kinds of stuff. Some of the Israel has targeted residential buildings and areas in the Iranian capital of Tehran in attacks that appear to be targeted assassinations. And I was seeing that they were going after, Israel strikes Iranian nuclear sites. Netanyahu just came out and said this 32 seconds ago. We struck at the heart of Iran nuclear enrichment program, nuclear weaponization program. All flights are being diverted away now from Iran. CNN citing an Israeli source, we are planning multiple rounds of attacks on Iran. And this is going to happen. This is going to be at least 72 to 84 hours. This could be a 7-day. This is not a one-day attack, and I agree. IDF spokesman says Israel completed the opening shot of the assault on Iran. Major Iranian missile attacks expected, and they are there. Netanyahu, 4 minutes ago, we are at a decisive moment in Israel's history. According to preliminary reports 3 minutes ago, there's reports of explosions in Natanz and Fordo. That's the ones I was talking about. In the Elam province, we've got Arak, we've got Natanz, we've got Fordo, we've got Isfahan, and we've got the Bushehr nuclear power plant down at the bottom, there along the Arabian Gulf, Persian Gulf. Missiles are in the air from Iran to Israel. I saw what they called this. Oh boy! So we've got their Arabic dude speaking there. The IDF has launched a preemptive strike against Iran's nuclear program. Israeli military spokesman Effie Defrin. Reports of Israeli strikes on the. Okay, so let's see what's going on now with the latest. Even Netanyahu just came out with something. He did a video. They've opened up all the bomb shelters there all throughout Israel. But yeah, some of these residential buildings and areas in the capital of Iran targeted assassinations. This is looking kind of squirrely. They're saying too, 4 minutes ago, report that Israel's attacked Tehran's airport. Huh. You know what? But they didn't come out with any notice to air missions and all that stuff, shutting down the air space this time. Iran's air defense operating at 100% capacity, state TV reports. Ben Gurion Airport in Israel is empty and closed. Huh. Well, in continuation of their policy concerning the Houthis, Secretary of State Rubio made an official statement insisting that the U.S. has no involvement in these strikes and begging Iran not to hurt U.S. forces or interests. With allies like this, who needs enemies? Okay, so now Trump is in his administration saying, hey, this is Israel's deal. No, hands off. Don't touch us. Don't touch America. Iran has closed its airspace. The IDF has confirmed detection of multiple missile launches originating from Iran. Top-level emergency security meetings are underway in Tehran to coordinate additional military responses against Israel. Events are expected in the leadership of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Aerospace Force has issued emergency and exceptional instructions for an unprecedented response that will target the crumbling Zionist entity. This is getting nuts. Yeah, I'm with you, hiker lady. Yeah, no involvement. U.S. is like, no. Here's a question. Are they still going to have those Iran nuclear talks on Sunday? Asking for a friend. Israel's second wave of strikes against Iran have ended. Yeah, these buildings, the targeted strikes, but you know what? Israel was nowhere even near the Iranian airspace. This is why none of their air defenses were shooting off against Israel, because Israel was shooting this stuff. Oh man, some of Israel's glide missiles, and I forget the name of them, but yeah, because they were flying over Iraq there on the border of Syria with Iraq, firing off into Iran from outside of even all of Iranian airspace. This is nuts. All right, let's see what's latest and greatest. Oh man, so great to see all you guys. This is nuts, and I apologize for popping on so late. Or well, it's not so late, but I apologize for not having the stuff ready to go. But this literally happened like quickly. I'm gonna roll back here because I was posting stuff as soon as stuff was popping up. Fighter jets. This came at 7:58 p.m. So less than even basically 1 hour. 1 hour 1 hour ago. This is what the first reports were coming out. Fighter jet spotted flying over Saladin Governorate in north central Iraq, 350 kilometers from Iran. Local residents claimed warplanes were flying over the skies in Iraqi Kurdistan. Heavy air traffic in the skies of Israel. Eyes in the skies. Skies News Arabia. Security alert at the U.S. Ain al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq. Heavy U.S. Air Force. But that was just something, because then once they alerted, the defense minister Katz came out immediately and just said, we expect, and they started sounding alarms in Israel. And I went to the rocket alert on the phone, and there's 0 alerts for now. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Let me go pop that up just so I can keep an eye on the rocket boys. This is the one I'm using, is Zofar. It's anyway. That's the little symbol in the upper right hand or the upper corner of there. That's the Zofar app. This is from 3 days ago, from the Yemen side. But I said, something's going on. But there's nothing on the Rocket Alerts app, but the sirens are sounding in Jerusalem all the way to Tel Aviv. So when the defense minister Katz came out and put out a home front command for guidelines for the entire state of Israel, sirens were sounding both in Jerusalem, Israel, and Tehran, Iran at the same exact time. So let's get back over to the latest tweeters and see what's going on. I'm not as good as Amir Sephardi and stuff like that, but I follow about 200 people there in the Middle East and Israel, and I've kept it private because I have to translate a lot of stuff. But a lot of times I can get the stuff like he gets, which is kind of fun. Voluntary evacuations of Department of Defense dependents. Yeah, we know that. Okay, here's a series of ACARS messages from the Intel Frog. He's good there on Twitter's. About the Israeli attack. Israel's attacked Iran, ATC. Oh, possible damage at a military base in Tehran. A man standing on a roof in Tehran said he could see 2 Israeli jets attacking an airbase of the Revolutionary Guard. I don't even know if they're really flying over Iran yet. That's the thing. If you haven't already tuned in, Israel's preemptive attack on Iran has begun. To bring you up to speed, there's likely, check this out. This just came out 20 seconds ago. Likely over 100 airstrikes have already taken place in Tehran. An assassination attempt has been made on Mohammad Bagheri, the chief of staff of the IRGC. Iran has begun to scramble their anticipated air force. With those S-24s that were built in the 1970s, 1980s, you know how today's like F-35s, their fifth generation aircraft? These old airplanes that Iran has are zero generation. Let's put it that way. Iran has launched a counterattack of missiles that are being intercepted over Iraq and will likely continue to be intercepted en route to Israel and potentially over Israel. So I'm not seeing any videos yet, but because Iran will be very, yeah, Lookner's now posting. Or of course, I'm sure he's live. But yeah, some of these buildings in Tehran, they've gotten some pretty decent damage, but they're like 2 floors right below the top floor, and then all the floors below them are just fine. So these were full-on targeted assassination type attacks and whatnot. Let's get over here. And thank you all for all of you, Allison Stonemiller. Oh goodness, Michael Saya. I always get that messed up. I hope I say it right. A bunch of you out there have been texting me. I was trying to get the computer all set up and everything. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's see what's going on here. What do they have here? I'm going to translate this a minute ago from Hebrew. Let's see what you got here. Citizens in the area, blah, 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 blah. Those who have not yet chosen an optimal protected space are asked to do so now and ensure that they are able to reach the protected space according to the protection time available to them. Non-essential travel should be avoided. So this is to Israelis. If you don't know where your current bomb shelter is, you need to find it now. It is currently 4:04 a.m. in Jerusalem. Explosions heard near the Natanz nuclear facility. Here's the operation. I looked it up, and they have a really cool name for it, and I saved it to my likes there on the tweeters. I want to make sure we get it right, but it's actually it's a really cool name. And for those of you in chat who you might know it, you can throw it up. But if not, here, let's find her. The name of the Israeli operation against Iran is dubbed. Okay, this one's saying Operation Rising Lion, but the one I saw was Operation Strength of a Lion. It's a targeted operation to roll back the Iranian threat of nuclear disaster for Israel's survival. It will continue for as many days as necessary. Netanyahu just came out and said that. That will be interesting. So yeah, the strength of a lion. Or Operation Rising Lion, something like that. So it sounds like it's pretty. Have you noticed that though? Gideon's chariots, Gideon. You know what I mean? All these biblical names that are coming up lately in the past couple months and whatnot. Yeah, Israeli operation code name to be Strength of a Lion. So we'll see how that's going. Yeah, Netanyahu claimed in a statement that in recent months, Iran has taken steps in the nuclear weaponization field that it has never taken before, and that it brought it closer to obtaining a nuclear weapon in a short period of time. And I was actually, before this just popped off, I was getting ready to record tonight's video of all things. But Iran, since Israel's attack back on Iran in April of 2024 and October of 2024, Iran has been beefing up their ballistic missile capabilities, and they've been building 50 a month. So that's 600 a year. So that's why the reports came out earlier today. I'll throw it over here to the telegrams to see if we can pull it up. Actually, it's right here in front of me. What am I doing? I'm a dork. All right. But anyway, what it was saying was they expect that they have how many weapons? You know, and I didn't think this was going to kick off till probably after this June 2 state conference meeting. But you know what? Netanyahu might be doing this just to throw that whole wrench into a whole fuss so it doesn't gel like the elites want it to happen right now. But I didn't think this was going to happen until at least June 21st after those 2 state meetings there, June 17th through the 20th in New York City. With Emmanuel Macron and the good old our boy MBS there, Mohammed bin Salman. Earlier today, or even this evening, Israel threatened the Lebanese government by saying that any Hezbollah attack on Israel in response to Israel's attack on Iran will lead to Hezbollah's total destruction and harm to all of Lebanon. Even the Israeli hospitals all day today have been preparing. The Ichilov hospital there in Tel Aviv is totally evacuated its parking lot in preparation for converting it into an emergency room ahead of the possible escalation with Iran. And that was earlier today. You know, and Israel was saying that they're going to wait, though. until these talks happen on Sunday in Oman between the United States and but something didn't seem right earlier today when first they said that the U.S. CENTCOM Commander General Kurilla he was going to visit Israel on Saturday. Well, then they suddenly canceled it. So either Israel is hitting Iran in the next few days, or this is a massive psyop to try and scare Iran into making a deal. And it says the strike on Iran seems more likely at this point, but who knows? I mean, it's all part of the fog of war. And of course, we all know now that it's all getting going. But yeah, man, there was so much I was going to cover tonight. Even the UN is paving an irreversible path to the two-state solution. But here it is. The estimate is that Iran has over 3,000 ballistic missiles, of which at least 2,000 of them can carry a 1-ton payload. That's huge. That's significant because these missiles would be capable of carrying everything from basic fission nuclear bombs to more advanced compacted boosted fission nuclear bombs. So Iran is producing 50 ballistic missiles a month, 600 a year. This means they have completely replenished and slightly expanded their stockpile since Operation True Promise back in April and October of 2024. So let's see what the latest is with the latest. Let's see here. You guys see any rocket reports yet? Nothing yet? Okay, let's keep going. Come on. Watch the good old tweet. You know what? And then they have now a full-on internet outage all over Gaza now. It's complete tonight. It started, what is it tonight? It started Monday night, and now all of Gaza is without internet. Yeah, moments ago, now J-Post is putting it out. Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation at dismantling the Iranian threat to Israel's survival. Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen are my biggest concerns regarding retaliatory action by Iran's proxies and networks of clients in the region. Palestinian armed groups in Gaza are too weak to respond meaningfully. There may be some fire from Iranian elements in Syria as well. This could get nuts because once Iraq starts kicking off, now you're talking about the children of Lot. Now you're diving deep into like Psalm 83, 6 through 8 territory. We know Lebanon's part of it. We know Syria's part of it. And this is why Assyria has to help the children of Lot there, the parts of Iraq. This could get kind of nutty, Professor. This could get really squirrely. According to Israeli radio, a second wave of attacks on Iran has begun, and the battle may last for several weeks. So now they've got the full-on airspace of Iran closed. Oh my! Now we've got Tehran is in flames. Okay, so we've got more that are on fire. Yeah. Several eliminated strikes in Tehran, reports of explosions near a nuclear facility. No, I don't know that but that's not. Oh, I hate it when people show old videos of the attack on Israel from October, True Promise 2. You know what I mean? When the hypersonics were just coming in left and right, and Israel couldn't defend itself. And they hit the Nevatim Air Base really well, really strong. I don't like it when people try to put up old videos like that and say, this is Iran tonight. No, it's not. MBS is so happy right now. There's a big old picture of him. Yeah, I bet he is. Because, but he announced, too, that he said today, Mohammed bin Salman, he announced that he wasn't going now to the G7 meeting June 15th to the 17th. So it'll be interesting to see if he even shows up to the New York meeting on the two-state solution with Palestine. It'll be interesting. The White House has called for a lid for the pool, meaning the press should not expect to see President Trump on camera the rest of the night. Well, it's 9:11 p.m. Go figure. Eastern time. Let's translate this one. What we got here? Hebrew. Following the security incidents, the Ministry of Health is updating the phone numbers of the resilience centers, the numbers of the health fund hotlines. The Ministry of Health okay, blah 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 blah. Yeah, nothing yet. So everything going at effects using hand gestures. Oh, okay. I don't know what this is on the phone, but anywho. In light of this is 5 minutes ago from Tanker Trackers. In light of the unfolding events in Iran, we recommend outbound vessels in the Middle East region to alter their AIS reported destinations to that of a port in China, at least until the vessel has traversed the Arabian Sea. Wow. So they're basically, this tankertrackers.com, they're with everything going on, they're recommending every vessel in the Persian Gulf, in the Middle East region, even to alter their reported destinations to that of a port in China. That's nuts. And of course, there's been all kinds of GPS spoofing and jamming here the past couple nights too. And we've seen the AWACS planes over Turkey the past week, basically, and all the Reaper drones and all the other aircraft there in the Persian Arabian Gulf. They've been checking out. They've been scoping out the full-on Elam thing. Oh, yeah. So it says the Natanz nuclear facility in Iran between Tehran and Isfahan has been struck by a wave of missiles. The ballistic missile complex in Karamabad. Wow. So if Israel actually started hitting some of their mountain missile tunnel things there, that they've got them all stored in the Zagros Mountains, has been hit by Israeli airstrikes as well. Including reports of a third wave of airstrikes on Tehran. Of course, they're unconfirmed. Air defense systems have been deployed to protect approximately 40,000 U.S. troops deployed at 12 bases in the region. New York Times is now quoting. Reports of an attempted assassination of Iran's Revolutionary Guard commander, Hossein Salami. We were just showing him on last night's video. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Let's see here. Yeah, a bunch of missile bases apparently have been hit. Skies over Iraq 12 minutes ago are still lit up with aircraft, apparently. There were confirmed fatalities in Tehran. Again, this is all the fog of war, and some reports are 100% accurate, others are but they do show a large amount of emergency teams out and about in Tehran on videos now. Netanyahu said that some of their targets tonight were senior Iranian officials involved in their nuclear program. So no doubt Israel was targeting some of the Iranian scientists and whatnot, who are all part of this whole shebang. Let's see what's the latest. Let's see here. Okay, here he says it again. The chief of the Home Front Command says sirens are expected to sound in wide areas of Israel soon, after the IDF has launched their operation against Iran's nuclear facilities. Every citizen must know what is the best protected spaces in their vicinity. When a warning is issued, you must enter these protected spaces and remain there until an official announcement says it's safe to leave. And the Israelis, they've been preparing for this for years and months, and they know that the day is coming, and they know that the time is coming where they're going to have to be in these bomb shelters for days on end. And this is why even last year, and even at the end of 2023, and even more so last year in 2024, when they were really ramping up their protection protocol for their hospitals and everything, and they're even taking, they even took parking garages in Israel that are attached to the hospital, the ones that are below ground, and they've made them entire floors of surgery centers now for everything with the wars coming. So the Israelis know that they're going to have to, they've had to stock up and had weeks of food and water on hand, and they've had them stored because they know that sooner or later this day is coming. The thing that does concern me, though, is if Iran does launch TP3, True Promise 3, and they do send in hundreds, if not thousands, of missiles on Israel, you do not want to be anywhere in Elam going forward, period. The only safe place in Iran is basically your eastern 1/3, towards Pakistan, Afghanistan, that kind of thing. Oh man, wait till these subs get involved. These submarines are in the Persian Gulf just waiting. The Israeli ones. Oh man. And we saw just the other day how it wasn't a full-on air attack on Yemen a couple days ago. It was Israeli Navy that was shooting off these missiles. So let's keep going. Let's see here. Update 2, 3 seconds ago. Several eliminated in the strikes. Reports of explosions. Oh, boy. A senior Iranian official just told Reuters the Iranian leadership is calling for a high-level security meeting. Someone says they need to do a head count because you don't know what's going on. Hey, I just had a question. How the war actually started between Iran and Israel. There are people that actually say this. Oh, Penny, Penny, Penny. I don't know if you're watching the live stream. Let me get to you here. Allison, yeah, if you're in chat, yeah, the Crazy Town. Yeah, I've got like 7 or 8 of you guys that have texted me, and I haven't even had a chance to respond back to you yet. Dana B, Pamela Swan, my buddy Eddie, Robert Taylor down there, Isaiah 153. He wants to chat. I'm busy. Penny Rapturehead 777. So yeah, I mean a bunch of you guys, but let's see what's going on. It just keeps going. This is 8 minutes ago, wave after wave. You know what? This could be a long night. First of all, this could just be okay. 3 seconds ago, Iran has declared a nationwide state of emergency. So Israel announced a state of emergency 1 hour ago due to an imminent strike on Iran, and it's weird because that came out by Israel Katz before any reports of explosions in Iran. So that popped up, and we're all going, huh? And it says expect immediate, missiles and drones coming in from Iran, and told everyone to be prepared. And everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" And then the news started popping: explosions heard in Tehran, explosions heard, explosions heard. So that's going on. Reports Israel just tried to eliminate. Yes, and oh no. Reports Israel did eliminate the commander of the Iranian military, and it's looking successful. Oh boy. Hossein Salami, that won't be good. His salami will be cooked. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ay. Thank you all for being here. Oh gosh, I haven't even paid attention to you all. Robert Taylor, thank you all for being here. I haven't even said hello to all you guys. It's just this is crazy town. Oh, Penny. If you only knew. I know, sweetheart. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I wish I could show these videos. Maybe I should. I could actually start downloading these and putting them up on the Telegram. So that but I know a lot of you guys aren't on the Telegram, which is no big deal. It's just getting out information. Okay, explosions are ongoing at the Natanz nuclear facility with reports of a fire near the site. I won't share the unconfirmed images at this stage, but explosions are reportedly being heard every few minutes. Now my mom texted me. Oh no, she's probably talking about the BlackBerry picture I sent you. She probably has no clue about what's going on with Israel. Okay, skies of Khorramabad. Yeah, that's Iran. Yeah. I don't know who that is. Let's see here. Chances are increasing that the Iranian general staff, including the Iranian chief of staff and senior nuclear scientists, were eliminated in the opening strike. So the Israeli army comes out now and says, we have completed the first wave of striking Iranian military and nuclear targets. Let's see here. What do we have here? Israeli outlets are now claiming that Israel has eliminated the entire Iranian security apparatus in tonight's strikes. How nuts would that be? If Israel takes out, if they took out all of the IRGC, all of their leaders, all of the Ayatollah Khomeini guys and whatnot, that would be truly, truly insane. That would be truly, yeah, very high chance IRGC leader eliminated, yeah. 19 seconds ago, explosions heard once again in the capital of Tehran. In addition to the extensive strikes by the Israeli Air Force, Mossad has also led a series of covert counterterrorism operations deep inside Iran in order to damage Iran's strategic missile array and air defense capabilities. This is just now coming out. Israel's Mossad conducted covert operations deep inside Iran. Well, we knew that was coming too. But I thought they were going to actually take out their electronics and do like a low-level EMP to knock out all their comms. What do you guys think? Here's Intel Frog put this up. When will Iran launch their retaliation? Within 24 hours, in 1 to 3 days, 4 days or longer. But keep in mind, Israel may not stop, because if they have a bunch of their birds already in the air with their refueling tankers, but a lot of them, well, of course they all have, duh. They turn off all their tracking to not let the world know anything about what's going on. So they've had to have had refuelers in the air all day, all night. And they've just been, you know what? They've been really quiet about that tonight too. Wow. Yeah, I can see that. Iran's state TV says 2 of its nuclear sites have been targeted so far. Minister of Foreign Affairs Gideon Saar is currently holding a marathon of calls with his counterparts around the world regarding Israel's cabinet's decision to remove the Iranian threat of annihilation and the IDF's subsequent action. Man, I don't know about this. This is crazy. Yeah, reports are circulating that the Iranian nuclear scientist, who was the former head of the Iranian Atomic Energy Organization, was targeted in the Israeli airstrikes tonight. So they're saying now, 2 minutes ago, Iranian reactors have been hit in Fordo, Natanz, and other sites. Natanz, of course, is burning. I see it. State of emergency. Of course, Trump's not speaking to the press tonight. Why would he? Let's see here. Israel has twice saved the world from nuclear enemies of the West. Back in 1981, Israel destroyed Saddam's reactor in Iraq. And in 2007, Israel destroyed Assad's facilities there in Syria. And now Israel's doing it again by striking Iran's nuclear program. This isn't starting war, it's preventing one. Let's see what you are saying here. It's hard to translate all these. I tell you what. Our aircraft launched a new wave of attacks against strategic radars. Oh, so now if Israel's going to start taking, you know what? Israel probably started hitting them all from outside the airspace. Now they're going to start taking out all of their radar systems. So Israel will have free reign over Iran to do what they have to do. This is going to be an ongoing thing, guys. I have a feeling this is, you know what? And someone texted me tonight and said that they're not hearing much on the protests as much tonight as they have the past few nights. I don't know what you guys have heard, if you guys are hearing the same things, but I did see they're still doing some. So we'll have to see what's going on. But you know what, this again, if you guys are just joining now, this is going to tick off Trump, especially with his whole birthday party there on Saturday, all the protests with the No Kings. You've got all the tanks in DC destroying the roads. He's showing them off. Cool, but still. Live on X, Israel strikes Iran. Israel attacks Iran. And I think that was going to be my title tonight, but I was going to say, will Israel strike Iran or will Israel attack Iran? Well, now it's Iran under attack. So, I mean, in addition to widespread airstrikes, the Mossad is reportedly, yes, deep inside Iran. We've already seen this. Okay. Monitoring Russia media right now, and it's the middle of the night. But they have put out so many articles that U.S. had no involvement. I can't recall them ever rushing to defend the United States like this before. So if Russia's putting out articles tonight overnight stating that the United States has no involvement, and that's exactly what we said a little bit ago. That what Marco Rubio was trying to warn people and just say, hey, just so you know, Yemen, Houthis, Hezbollah, that's not us. We are not attacking Iran. This is all Israel's baby. Yeah, I mean, this is straight out of a movie, how this went down. And now, yeah, it's only 4:26. Let's see here. No, quit showing these. I hate it when people do that. They show whole videos. All right, Israel's doing what it must defend itself from the radical Ayatollahs. The Israeli-American strategy to conceal the attack was straight out of the Sherlock Holmes playbook. It was hidden in plain sight. You really can't hide preparations of this scale, so instead you talk about them constantly, from Trump to Netanyahu, and hope the Iranians will think a barking dog doesn't bite. Well, tonight it bit. That's a great comment there. Let's see here what they got. Among the targeted assassinations of Iran, here's what they're saying. The chief of staff of Iran's IRGC, the commander of the Revolutionary Guard, the secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, and other scientists. Yeah, Iran's not going to be happy. Iranian sources are claiming all of Iran's S-300s have been destroyed, the only systems that could intercept ballistic missiles. But quit showing these videos from October 2024. Why do people keep doing this? Anyway, they also claim over 100 strikes have hit Tehran with the explosions ongoing. I don't know if it's been that many, but again, I'm not there. I don't know. Breaking Israel strikes Iran, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Yeah, increasing chance that they were all eliminated. During this campaign, we anticipate widespread alerts. So they expect these alerts to be coming on Iran over and over and over again. The central nerve is being targeted. The militia is the structure that protects the regime. Israeli aircraft 1 minute ago are launching long-range stealth cruise missiles from Iraqi airspace. And now